It's that time of the week. We are looking at your Dynasty football
Come
trades.
on.
Hey, if you want your trades to be considered, it's quite simple. Join our Discord with the link in the description. And then every week we look through these trades, and maybe your trade could be on this show this time next week.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to look at as many trades as we can. We have a live stream coming up here soon as we're recording this. So we're going to see as many as we can. We'll see how far down we go.
Yeah.
But this first one, shout out to Dr. Delts. So in this trade, it looks like someone receives a 101. I'm assuming that's him. And then the other side got Travis Etienne in the 105. Ooh.
Yeah, it's... Ooh.
This is interesting because I feel like that could be JSN or Gibbs.
Mm-hmm. I'll start us off here with my thought process. I will take the
Okay.
Travis Etienne in the 105. I love Bijan Robinson. I do believe he is probably the best running back since Saquon Barkley, like everyone's been saying. But if I'm in need of multiple running backs, if I'm in need to get that extra wide receiver, I'm really happy with Travis Etienne and what he has done and produced, and getting that 105 once again. Whether that's Gibbs, whether that's that can even be a quarterback, that can be AR, that can be whoever you want it to be.
JSN.
I'm happy with it to be for me to take Etienne in the 105 here.
Yeah, and we might be missing context. Maybe Delts has like this incredible team and has picks to kind of play around with, but purely from a value perspective, I agree. I would take Travis Etienne side here and maybe grab JSN or Gibbs or a quarterback, just like you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about this before on the trade show, but Travis Etienne, at least in my opinion, I believe he's reached his floor this year. I don't think he's reached his ceiling. I think he's reached his floor. He was a very good pass catcher in college, caught 43 receptions. Actually, go do some homework for me, guys. Let me know in the comments below. Find a starting running back today in the NFL that had more receptions their final year or in their career than Travis Etienne. He's at his floor, so I'm a big fan of this trade here because I don't think you'll be able to find it, but let me know. All right, Linked, I think is the name.
Yeah, Linked.
Ken Walker for Jordan Love and J.K. Dobbins. I'm going to assume this is Superflex because we play Superflex, so that's how we'll grade it from. But this is an interesting one because I feel like Ken Walker's job is extremely safe.
I think so.
But then I look at J.K. and I'm like, I think so.
He's on his contract year, and
is he?
Yeah, he is.
Is this his contract year?
This is going to be his contract year, and another year removed from that injury.
I have this feeling that the Ravens will draft a running back. I think it'll be second, third, or fourth round, and someone who could actually compete with JK. That's what makes this tough for me.
I think overall this trade, in my eyes, is even.
I agree.
It's an even trade. I think you have the security, like you're right. You have the security with Walker, but you also have the upside with J Love if he does get a starting job, and J.K. Dobbins if they don't draft another running back. So, or even acquire one in free agency. There's going to be so many running backs, and even if they do draft one,
that's true.
If they do, hypothetically, they draft one. I think second, third round, you're in trouble. Fourth below, I'm like, it's just a reliever guy. That's how I'm seeing it.
But you're right. Free agency could also, anything could happen there. We have been huge advocates of buying Jordan Love the entire offseason. Yeah. He's been someone I have said to stash for 2 years now on this channel, or as long as we've been around. Shout out to Clapper of Cheeks. What a username.
Clapper of Cheeks.
Just for that, I'm going to give it to you. It is even.
Clappers of Cheeks.
All right, Lamar Jackson for the 112 and 105. Again, assuming it's a Superflex league, this feels like a discount for Lamar Jackson.
It does.
Give me Lamar, and I'll run to the bank with this, and I won't even look back.
Completely agree. If that's the 101, 102, maybe we can have a different conversation. Even then, I still think that's short because of the 112. If I had the 101,
I prefer Lamar over the 101 still, even though it's a little bit of a crazy time. But in a startup, I'm still taking Lamar over the first pick in 2023.
Agreed.
So yeah, this feels like a pretty good price for Lamar. I like it. All right, Anubis. There's a lot of trades here. I don't think we're going to cover all of them just for the sake of time, but let's cover your first one here.
Yeah, okay.
Kareem Hunt and the 102, or David Montgomery and Treylon Burks. As much as I love Treylon Burks, the 102 is more valuable right now.
Yeah, 100%. The 102 is kind of where you want to go, whether that's a quarterback, whether that's JSN, however you want to take that pause, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, agreed. All right, let's look at one more from him. This likely trade. It looks like Isaiah Likely, a second, another second, and a 105 for the 103. I mean, if you don't need quarterback and you're happy to grab JSN or Gibbs, whoever falls at 5, this doesn't feel like a bad move, personally.
This feels like a quarterback move. This feels like this person really wants to get CJ or Bryce.
And I think the most important part of this deal for me is the 23 second, because we have talked about on this channel constantly how valuable the early to mid second round in 2023 could be. And every time we're in mock drafts, we're looking at this saying, oh my gosh, like this is a very, very good second round. So I think that's an underrated piece. And I would say the same for 2024. The 2024 class is loaded as well. If that's another mid to early second round pick, then I don't mind moving down. I think this is even, but this is the price you'd have to pay. And I don't mind paying that, I don't mind receiving that to move down.
Yeah, I would agree. Just to give you guys some understanding of who went in the around that 205 area: Josh Downs, Xavier Hutchinson, and Michael Mayer. 204, 205, 206. Yeah. So just a thought process there, guys.
And sometimes you see Zach Evans there. I mean, sometimes you see some of these other guys that are becoming values. So it'll be interesting. Ross says, got to go over this trade next video, rebuilding after championship in Juliet.
Oh, gosh. Bro.
Okay, so Jenner won the league, and now he's rebuilding. This is one of our follower leagues. And, you know, some people don't like it when we show these huge, massive, blockbuster trades, but this is fun. Like, let's just have fun with this, you know.
This is.
Looking at it, so let's look at the big pieces here. The 101, right? The 107, the 110, 2 firsts.
And 24, correct.
And 24. Those are the big pieces here.
Right.
On the other side, I mean, every name is a pretty big name, right? Except for Mitchell, really. D-Hop, Cooper, Lockett, CMC, Tua. Honestly,
I'm going.
I mean, I don't know what it would say if you put this in a trade calculator. It seems pretty even to me, but I always lean towards the side of youth.
I'm going with the Jenner side if that's him receiving. Yeah, that is him receiving all those trades, because D-Hop, 30 years old, as much as we just love, I spoke about him. Amari Cooper, was he 28, 29? Tyler Lockett, 30 years old. The true ones that I do believe could be foundational pieces here is CMC and Tua, to be completely honest. The 2 guys that can probably be on the team for at least the next 3 years at max. And that's stretching it for CMC, because I do believe he may have 2 years.
Let's say you
in life. In running back
we've
life.
said this. We've said in life.
In life. No, I want CMC to live forever.
That's bleak. We've said this a lot on the channel, but if you can send CMC away for the 101, do it in a heartbeat 100%, right now.
100%.
But let's just say that those are similarly valued. Then you look at the rest of it. Okay, maybe Tua in the 107, right? And then you can kind of see how some of these wide receivers who you're not getting a first round pick for, but you end up getting pretty good value here. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely on the side of the youth. I can see how this side definitely helps a win now team, but I just am not a huge fan of sending first round picks and not allowing your team to be have this influx of youth through it, because that's how you kind of end up with some of these teams that are dead because of these old players and you have no picks. It's just if it doesn't work out, it's all in. It's like trading for Russell Wilson in the Broncos. It didn't work out. Well, you're stuck. You know, I'm not saying it won't work out, but we'll see. Okay. Lozy says, it is the 206 and the 310 respectively. What do you think? All right, 206 and 310. So we got J.K. Dobbins, Dotson. I mean, this isn't even a thought for me.
Yeah.
It's easily the Dotson and J.K. Dobbins side.
Agreed. That's where I was.
I actually don't understand how the picks got in there. That doesn't seem, I don't know.
You're just going from... Yeah, it's tough.
I feel like it should have been the opposite. Like, so this side should have got a second, and this side should have sent or got a third.
Right.
And even then, I still probably take this side, but that would have made a little more sense.
Yeah, I mean, Keenan Allen. The biggest thing is that Keenan is the age, right?
Yeah.
Damian Pierce, if he doesn't get, if the team doesn't draft a running back, hey. But that's okay. But at the same time, Keenan Allen is like, dang, 29, 30 years old. Dotson going into his second year here. Big uptick in production I think is expected for
If Dotson
Jahan.
played a full year, he would be in conversations for Rookie of the Year.
There you
Based
go.
off his play.
Enough said.
Just based off his play.
Enough said.
I know that sounds crazy, but he's being a little bit disrespected, I think, in trades. KDB, I mean, I have no idea what platform this is. This is very bright. Protect your eyes. But here we are. Josh Jacobs for the 110, 210, and 310. The other side gets Etienne and Mark Andrews. This is pretty even. This is a pretty even trade. I still prefer Etienne over Jacobs, even though Jacobs has been incredible and absolutely should be considered like a top 5 to 8 dynasty running back right now. But I still do prefer Etienne.
Yes.
And then you have to ask yourself, could you get a tight end like Mark Andrews at the 110? And I don't think you could.
I don't think you can unless
I would go the Andrews side.
Yeah, I would go the Andrews side as well. I mean, you get a foundational piece with Lamar, Travis Etienne, another foundational piece. What if Josh Jacobs gets moved? Then he doesn't have the same workload. You know, what's the 110 right now? 110 looking like Zach Charbonnet, maybe a Kayshawn Booty. And then 210, 310, these are just guys.
You have to hit on that 110.
Yeah, exactly. You have to hit on the 110. And the 210 and the 310 are just, you go out and get your guys.
You try and hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to hit on that 110. That's what makes this trade a little bit scary. But I am on the side of, I don't care where Josh Jacobs goes. He's going to be worked. I think he's earned that respect. Yeah. So
okay,
we'll see.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely see. Breezy says, I'm getting Kyler. Context, 10-man superflex, and my quarterbacks are Russ, Tannehill, Mac Jones, Desmond Ritter. The second is a 201. This happened right after the Kyler Murray injury. Okay. So he's getting Kyler, he says. He sends away Herbert, Cooper, the 201, in a fourth. Yeah, I would do this for Kyler.
Yeah,
this feels like a pretty good discount, actually.
I'm still okay with Kyler personally. Yeah, I mean, the injury is unfortunate, but even if he had a full season, that's a steal. What you mean?
Even if he's out the entire year this year, that's a steal.
Yeah, I mean,
he's only 25 years old, right?
You're not even getting the first tier for Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I feel like that's selling way too low. Yeah, he's only 25 years old. So what, he's going to be 26 when he's healthy? I mean, this is an incredible discount.
100%.
Especially quarterbacks in the NFL, like 100%. Their longevity.
Completely
this
agree.
is a great discount for the Kyler Murray, Brandon Cook side. For what it's worth, I now have Mahomes, JJ, and Chase.
Mahomes.
Okay, so just to
Jefferson and
for
Chase.
those, I know some people listen to our videos. One side receives Josh Jacobs, Drake London, Drizzy Drake, Jahan Dotson, the 108, and KJ Osborne for Jamar Chase and a second in 2024. As much as I love Jamar Chase, I think there's a lot more value on the side of Josh Jacobs and Drake London. In fact, I think probably for Chase, a fair price would have been Jacobs, London, and the 108. You know, so
right.
It feels like a little bit of an overpay. But I think he had. If you make this move, I think you make it because you have picks to play around with. But yeah, for me, I'm gonna take the side of Jacobs and London. What about you?
Yeah, I'm there as well. I think maybe Johnny overpaid potentially because maybe that's the piece that he wants. He wants the home run hitting thing. That feels like I'm going all in to win this shit. But yeah, I completely agree. I want the youth. You get the youth in quantity here with Dotson, Drake, Jacobs, and
Chase
the 108.
Is obviously he's extremely young still, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, 100%. I think like Chase feels like the home run hit, like I said, to kind of take him to the next level there.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we often say on the channel, we want quality, not quantity. I think the difference in this scenario is that's a lot of quality and quantity on the other side. You know, these aren't scrubs. These are guys. I mean, London should be a top 12 dynasty wide receiver in everyone's rankings at the 108. Maybe you get Quentin Johnson.
Take
Jordan
the 108
Addison.
out.
Sorry?
Take the 108 out. You taking that?
Take the 108 out, so I have to pay Jacobs, London, and Dotson for Chase. I think it's more even.
Okay.
But I still lean the Jacobs side.
Even with
Drake
the
London, guys, I mean, I believe a bottom 3 passing team in the NFL this year, the Falcons, and still had a ridiculous target share. I think it was like over 30%.
Yeah.
I don't think we've actually seen him completely unleashed. So,
gosh,
I get it, but I personally would take the Jacobs side personally.
I'm still with you. I think I would definitely be more intrigued if I was able to acquire Jamar Chase and keep my 108.
That definitely makes it.
Like,
I think that would be a lot more interesting for sure. I think you're
Yeah.
right. That makes it more even,
mhm,
especially because some people view Jacobs as a top 5 dynasty running back right now.
yeah,
I mean, this isn't really an example of selling Jacobs high, you know.
right.
But again, it's just our opinion. Doesn't mean it's gospel. Goody says Superflex 10 team won PPR. So PPR won the league last year. Superflex 10 team. I mean,
It's a 10-man league.
what are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that.
What is I genuinely don't understand what the other person is thinking though. In a 10 man, you're gonna get rid of Justin Herbert. Even in a 12, it doesn't matter. Like, but those impact players are worth so much more in a 10 versus a 12.
100%.
What's the thought here? I don't understand. I don't get it. This is like the biggest discount I've ever seen for Justin Herbert.
This is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I mean,
congratulations.
I just don't know. Yeah,
congratulations. You stole Justin Herbert. Well done.
You played yourself to the other team.
The other person played.
Yeah, you played yourself.
The other person needs to change their team name to I played myself.
Where are we at here?
White Shadow 19.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson, Christian McCaffrey, Damian Harris, or the 106, 206, and a third. See, this is where I feel like this is good value for CMC.
Yeah,
I'll take CMC side here because Russell Wilson, I've talked about him before as a really good buy low, a lot of security with the contract. So I would rather have Wilson, McCaffrey, and Harris than a 106, 206, and a third.
Yeah, I think it's just right outside that window. Right outside the window. Because, I mean, the expectation, Bijan and Jameer is off the board. I mean, Gibbs could go at the 106. But
that's possible.
It's like, okay, well, at least if this is he doesn't have any context. I'm assuming potentially it could be a super flex, even if it's a 1 quarterback league. I'm happy with
I
Russ.
would only do this if it's super flex. I'm assuming as well.
And then CMC. So yeah, I'm happy with it.
Think about it. If you get Gibbs at the 106, there's a chance he can reach CMC's value. There's not a guarantee. But then at the 206, can you really hit on a quarterback like Russell Wilson in Superflex? I don't think so.
No, you can't. Once again, the 206, kind of these guys that we saw in our latest mock draft, Michael Mayer, Josh Downs, Xavier Hutchins, like Zach said, I mean, Zach Evans sometimes, Zay Flowers sometimes falls. Maybe, but we're not really – it's tough. I mean, CMC right there just produces so much now at the 49ers. I mean, he always has. But now
Again, I've said I'm not a fan of moving first, but I think this is where I feel comfortable doing it.
Mm.
Okay, moving our way down.
Is it the Greek
Freak? Josh Allen acquired, he says. He got Josh Allen in a 2024 second. He sent away Fields, Algier, the 102, and a first in 2024. I think I know where we're both leaning. We've been the biggest Justin Fields advocates in Dynasty on YouTube for the past year, before last year. I want the Justin Fields side here. I hate to say it, but I'm getting 2 firsts. One of them is a 102 and Fields.
Yeah, one of them is.
I gotta take the Fields
This seems like a super flex. If this is 1 quarterback,
it's super flex size.
If this is 1 quarterback, I'm taking Josh Allen. If this is super flex, the Greek Freak, I am definitely taking Justin Fields. One like Zach said, we believe in. And then you get rid of your top guy, but then you can also acquire a Bryce, a CJ, right? But at the same time, I'm not in love with the Tyler Algier one. That's the hardest thing for me. It's like, I think we could have gotten a little bit more even than Tyler Algier.
So take out Algier in the second, and then just say it's the 2 firsts and Fields.
Okay. I'm okay with that still. I mean, you get a first in 2024. I mean, that 24 first, depending on that team build, you hope that's a mid 24. It feels like whoever's acquiring Josh Allen like this is building the team to try and win now.
Yeah, but that is not the pick associated. It's a different team name there.
Oh, you're right. That is a different pick associated. Okay. Hey, we'll take in the chance. We
don't know that context.
Yeah, we don't know the context. I'm just all hypotheticals, but I do like the Justin Fields 102 and the 24 first. Take Tyler Algier out in the 24 second. I think it'll be perfect, right? But
yeah. And that's, again, we're not trying to devalue Josh Allen because you will have to overpay to get him on your team. but I don't think, as far as like a complete team build, it would be the move we would make. That doesn't mean that is right or wrong. It just means that we probably would not do it. Did this last night. First is 106, and now have a Kyler Hollywood stack. Okay, so received Hunt, Hollywood, B Rob. Okay, we sent the 106 in Kamara though. I probably lean the 106, knowing JSN could be there, Quentin,
Yeah.
Addison, one of
Hollywood
these
Brown.
quarterbacks. I love Hollywood. I think he's a great buy low, but this isn't an example of a buy low in my opinion. And maybe
Kareem's a
that's
free
because I'm
agent.
too low on B Rob. I'm too low on Kareem. Maybe
Yeah.
that's my fault for being too low on those guys.
I think what's difficult here is that if Alvin Kamara is suspended 6 games, are you still questioning this trade then with that knowledge?
I almost feel like the 106 is worth Hollywood in these two running backs that I don't believe in. Like, for me, moving Brian Robinson, Kareem Hunt, I don't really feel like that impacts my team, because I
would agree.
think there's a scenario in which I'm starting Brian Robinson as a contender or I'm starting Kareem Hunt as a contender. So that's how I'm viewing it.
Okay.
But
I hear you.
if this was me, I would be looking to move off Alvin Kamara yesterday. Like, I'll give me the 202 to the 203 in this year, or 204. And then I'll feel really good about this.
And then you can kind of make it right. Yeah. Look, I hear you. Kareem Hunt, Brian Robinson don't necessarily tickle my fancy,
Yeah.
as they say over here. So I'm okay with I'm okay with saying Kamara in the 23 first.
Be honest for a second. You've never heard an Australian say that in your entire life.
I've heard on TV.
Jay Ballin says, "Who wins this trade?" There's a lot of reactions, so I assume this is an interesting one. I mean, what are we talking about?
Wait,
here?
what? Are you serious here?
How did J22 pull this off?
Let's not even.
Come on.
Let's not even.
This might be a bigger steal than the Herbert trade that we talked about earlier. Pat Mahomes in the 101, assuming it's Superflex.
This feels like. This
is robbery.
This feels like this is what he did. He went in the sleeper settings. He acted like he was about to send this trade and just screenshotted it and then put it in here.
Yeah. It's like, this was accepted.
Yeah.
He's probably pulled it off, but yeah. That's crazy. That is absolutely wild. Well done. Miles44 says, thoughts on this deal? The other quarterback is T-Law. It's a 12-team Superflex best ball. Okay, best ball. That's interesting. So his other quarterback is T-Law. So he gets Jordan Love in the 106. He sends Daniel Jones. Yeah, I'll take Jordan Love in the 106. He sends Daniel Jones, Zay Jones, Terrace Marshall.
Yeah, I'm with you. 106.
Yeah, give me Jordan Love in the 106. Jordan Love is such a good buy low right now. Oh my gosh. He has been this entire last year. Okay, any others?
I think it's Yoshi.
This is the last one. Says, got the Burrow side, have Deshaun Watson already, so I wanted to secure a top quarterback for a long time. He says, got the Burrow side.
Okay. So
I don't see. Okay,
Burrow
so this must be, they must be trading during a startup. That's what this looks like. This is during a startup draft. So we got Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, a 24-second.
And Curtis Samuel.
And then
he
Curtis
sent away
Samuel.
Connor, Olave, Geno Smith, a first, and then 2 firsts. Really, honestly, this is going to depend on where those firsts are. If those firsts are like top 3 each, I might lean that side, but even if they're mid to late, I'll probably lean the Joe Burrow side.
Yeah,
too. But if this team is trying to win now on the right side, the team that's receiving, then it's not a terrible idea. But yeah, Burrow's the truth, man.
I'm going the Burrow side as well, just based off the trades that they made within that draft. It looks like I think he wins that trade just by getting Joe Burrow, because I don't think Chris Olave is up there, but Joe Burrow. And if this is a super flex league, which it is, he has Deshaun Watson already, and he gets the Joe Burrow side. So I'm assuming that's super flex. I think that takes his team to the next level there.
But at the same time, you are betting a lot on one player, and
you are.
And, injuries could derail that. We don't want that to happen. But you are putting your eggs all in one basket. It's a good basket to put into. It's a pretty basket. But, let's just hope that basket doesn't get stepped on. I think this is a pretty even trade, though, for both sides. Yeah. If those picks are early, I think I lean that side, but it's very close. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching today. That is all we have. Comment down below what you think about these trades. Like the video to show some support, and subscribe if you like Dynasty content. We'll see you in the next video very soon.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos,
watch it.
You can also subscribe
right now
if you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/FantasyLand fam.